Hey, welcome back to Alice Customs Project Car TV. Today what I've got for you is some video. It's fairly old at this point in that I did a lot of this work quite a while back, and it's all on Scott's C10. So this footage includes a repair to the passenger side floor pan, just about where your feet would be sitting over there. And then also there's a brace underneath the floor that is also where a body mount goes. And I ended up replacing a portion of that because it was all rusted out. There are some previous repairs in here that I do some work on to try and fix those up as well. The reason you haven't seen this video previously is that I never finished the video, if you will. I made a little bit of footage. I did some discussion about what was going to be going on, and then I just went to work, and apparently I never took any final photos or final footage of that side of the truck. So we kind of just get to see the process to get it done and really not the finished product. So I apologize for that, but it's just the way it is. And this, like I said, again, is over a year old. This truck is about to go to paint. So in fact, you would have already seen a video where I was doing a lot of the final work to get it ready for paint. But I thought since I had all this footage, I may as well get it out to you, at least let you see some more on it. And maybe it'll help somebody figuring out how to do some of these repairs. Now, I personally feel like if you can save factory metal, if it's good, strong metal, it's worth saving. So I don't necessarily always go in and do a full panel replacement, whether it's a floor pan or the brace underneath the truck. If there's something in there that's still good and there's no real reason to replace it, then I usually try and save it, and that's what you'll see in this video. So again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys are thinking or doing or what your own projects are. And I'll see you again next time on Alice Customs Project Car TV. But for now, enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to go ahead and start in on the passenger side floor pan where it's rotted out right here. It's not a big section. I have a full replacement toe kick area. So I have a full pan. This is the toe, or the not toe kick, but the kickboard or whatever. This area right here on the firewall, and then of course a full floor. Most of the floor appears to be in pretty good shape. There's some damage in the seam right next to the door, in the bend there. So we'll probably cut that section out and replace it. And this is all eaten up inside where the transition happens. So I'm going to cut all that out. Doing this is going to eliminate this pinch weld, which is completely fine. We're not trying to make a numbers matching perfect restoration truck. We're making a custom truck. So eliminating that eliminates all the rust that's in there, and we don't have to try and recreate this seam, and it's not necessary. So we'll cut it up in here somewhere and down below that, and then replace all of that with this one patch panel. So we're going to cut this patch panel up, do this side, do along the door there, and then we'll come back and do pretty much the same thing on the driver's side, although it's not quite as bad. And then I'm going to try and come in here and straighten up some of this rocker panel area. And somebody has been in here before and replaced, I'm pretty sure replaced rocker panels. They replaced part of the kick panel, but it never got welded in. So we're going to hammer all that tight and weld all that up. And with that, and slowly getting this done, we're almost going to get this passenger side done, and then we can kind of move over to the driver's side and work on it. And then before we start putting any coatings or paint or anything else on the inside, we'll come back, mount our air conditioning unit, and weld our tabs onto the firewall so that it just hangs up there. We don't have to have through bolts and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to cut this up, and then we'll cut to the inside, and you can see me cut the whole floor, or not the whole floor, but parts of the floor out. Trimming this up a few times, and then I hammered out this notch or rib, whatever you want to call it, in the floor to match a little better. The one in the panel was too wide. It fits pretty well. It's a little loose or a little high in the actual bend area, but we can hammer that down. I think the next thing to do is describe this. Actually, the next thing we need to do is get some more of this material off here, this rubberized, I don't know, bed liner material, so that we can then mark it and scribe it and get as tight a cut as we can. So let's do that. Grab a shield. I realize it's kind of hard to see here, but I've got some blue Dykem sprayed on here, and our panel fits pretty well. Kind of trimmed it up a little bit more in a few places, and what we're going to do is just scribe in the edges. We've covered all the holes, maybe a little more than we actually need to. Well, on the bottom, this bend isn't quite right, so we're going to have to hammer it in there to crease it. So on the bottom, we'll cut this short of our line by I'm probably going to give it on this end down here as much as a 1/2 inch, and up here I'll probably just give it more like 1/8. But the top we can cut pretty tight to our line. It's interesting to me that this has never been replaced, but this patch, or there's a patch panel over in this area where some of the holes that I was finding are actually in the weld where somebody welded in a patch panel on this other side. So I don't know if this wasn't bad at that time or they just decided to go past it and move on, but I found this area had been patched. At least I found welds right in here to show that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, cut along there. We'll get this piece out, which there's a brace right under here, so we're probably going to have to fight it a little bit, which is also the reason we can't use, for those of you who watch like Fitzy's Garage, Fitzy's Fabrications, we can't use his cut and butt method because we can't pull the metal out from below. Otherwise, that would be the perfect way to do this. We'll cut this and then start tacking it in along the top, and then come back, get this side, and start hammering that crease into it so it's nice and tight.